welcome to Coffee with Cassie. Here I have Dr. Randy Weber, who is the Vice President of Student Success and Engagement here at JCCC. How you doing, Dr. Weber?
Doing great.
Yeah, well, I really want to talk to you today about student pathways. I know when I came into college, I came in for interior design, later decided to go into business, and now I'm graduating in communications studies. So a little all over the place, but it took me a little bit to actually find out what I wanted to do. Do you have any recommendations, or how does a student find their pathway, their passions, what they want to do with their life? Because I feel like everyone's coming in and that's kind of the big question here.
Well, first off, let me tell you that your experience is not unique.
Okay.
Very common for students to come in, maybe with an educational goal or not, or to change it. I think I read data at one point in time that said students changed their major twice by the middle of their sophomore year, so not uncommon. I think the important thing that we see with students is to have an educational goal and to be able to have a plan to achieve it. And without a goal, maybe the goal may just be, I'm undecided, so I'm exploring majors. Then you're doing and working on energies within that goal. So how do I explore majors, visit the Career Development Center, versus I'm just taking classes toward an associate's, but I have no idea what I'm working toward. So one of the things that we really emphasize to students is to have an educational goal, whether it's working toward a specific major or learning more about career opportunities that exist, and then a plan to achieve it. And so what we really want students to do is to visit our Student Success Center, and we've got a lot of resources in there that can kind of help students navigate both that career exploration as well as that educational planning experience.
How many times did you change your major?
How many times did I change my major? That's a good question. Well, I went to college to be an orthopedic surgeon, and I'm not an orthopedic surgeon. I switched over to sports administration and then realized that I liked administration and student affairs more than I liked athletics.
Yeah.
So my change was a career change, not a major change. So I changed after college.
Yeah. And I imagine, it doesn't end with just deciding on a major. When you get out in the business world and you start working, just like you said, you could have a career change.
It's not uncommon at all to see people change careers. I've seen some statistics that I think say millennials will change their career anywhere from 4 to 7 times. And so that's not jobs, those are actual like careers and things that they do every day for a living. And I think that that's one of the biggest things for us to look at. I saw a statistic that said that 40% of the Fortune 500s that exist today won't even be in operation by year 2040.
Wow.
And so we're trying to train a workforce for jobs that don't even exist yet, and
Yeah.
that becomes a real challenge.
Definitely. What are some other ways that a student can really get to know themselves in order to choose a suitable major for them as they go through college?
A lot of students come in having taken some career inventories, ACT. Most of our students come in and have at one point in time taken a ACT, and they've got some career clusters that students are more familiar with. That, well, I think I was told this, and so it might be a refresher of some inventories that have been taken. Our Career Development Center can kind of help with that exploration side. Some students come in with a very specific major in mind, and we've worked really hard with some of our transfer partners or the career side to make sure that we've got some templates and strategies and some education plans already in place for them to achieve their goals. So we want to make sure that they're on track, that they take the right prerequisite at the right time so they get into the next course on time, and their time to degree or time to completion is well within the range they thought.
Yeah. So for students like me who kind of struggled finding kind of what I wanted to go into, you get into these classes, and when you decide or you find out that you don't really like them or it's not really for you, what would be your suggestions for those students who kind of feel like they're already locked in it, that if they back out now, they'd be losing time? Or do you have any suggestions for them?
Well, I think the suggestion is to go back kind of and revisit that self-exploration or the career exploration stage, and our Career Development Center, but also our counselors can help guide students through that process. One of the things that makes it difficult is students think, oh my gosh, I have to know at 18, 19, 20 years old what I want to do for the rest of my life, so it feels like I'm losing time, when in reality, if you get a degree in something that you don't intend to use, that becomes more time even down the road. So you want to make sure you take the time to get it right, and changing your mind isn't as big of a thing, but continuing to work toward that goal, and it's okay to say, the one thing I've learned this semester is that I'm less interested in that, so I need to spend my energies not necessarily continuing to study that because that's the quickest path to completion, but more spending my time on trying to figure out, if not that, then what? And there are a lot of support services in the Student Success Center that we can provide. And so sometimes just checking in there can kind of get students acclimated with all this support on campus.
Well, thank you so much for meeting with us today, Dr. Weber.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. And that's all for today, but you can go to Cassie Coffee Menu for more interviews with faculty and staff. See you next time.